Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. We're going to talk today about President Trump's executive order signed February the 7th, 2025, protecting the Second Amendment rights. Again, this executive order, Second Amendment, protecting Second Amendment rights. Executive order, February the 7th, 2025. By the authority invested in me as president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered in Section 1, purpose, the Second Amendment is an indispensable safeguard of security and liberty. It is preserved, it has preserved the rights of American people to protect ourselves, our families, and our freedom since the foundation of our great nation. Because this foundation is maintaining all other rights held by Americans, the right to keep and bear arms must not be infringed. Section 2, Plan of Action. A. Within 30 days of the date of this order, the Attorney General shall examine all orders and regulations, guidance, plans, international agreements, and other actions of executive departments and agencies to assess any ongoing infringement of the Second Amendment rights of our citizens and present a proposed plan of action to the President through the Domestic Policy Advisor to protect the Second Amendment for all Americans. B, developing such proposed plans of action, the Attorney General shall review at minimum, one, all presidential and agency actions from January the 20th through January 2025. 21st, I'm sorry, from January 2021 through January 2025 that purports to promote safety but may have impinged on the Second Amendment rights and law-abiding citizens. Secondly, rules propagated by the Department of Justice, including by the Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco and Firearms and Explosives from January 2021 through January 2025, pertaining to firearms and or federal firearms licensees. Three, agency plans, orders, and actions regarding the so-called enhanced regulatory enforcement policy pertaining to firearms and or federal firearms licensees. Four, reports and related document issued by the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention. Five, the position taken by the United States in any and all ongoing potential litigation that affect or could affect the ability of Americans to exercise their Second Amendment rights. Six, agency classification of firearms and ammunition. Seven, processing of applications to make manufacturers transfer and exploit firearms. Section 3, implementation. Upon submission of the proposed plan of action described in Section 2 of this order, the Attorney General shall work with the Domestic Policy Advisor to finalize the plan of action and establish a process for implementation. Section 4, general provisions. A, nothing in this order shall be construed or impaired or otherwise affected. One, the authority granted by law to or an executive department, agency, or the head thereof, or two, the function of the director of the office management and budget relating to budgetary administration and or legislative proposals. This order shall be implemented consistent and applicable law and subject to availability of appropriateness. This order is not intended to or does not create any right or benefit substantive or procedural enforcement at law or in equity by any party against the United States, its departments, agencies, and entities, its officers, employees, or agents, or any other person. White House. So this executive order to protect the right to bear arms was filed in February. This was filed, let me go back, filed by the president on February the 7th in 2025, which he is going back over the past 4 years from January 2021 to January 2025 to correct and amend any opposition and anybody that suffered harm during that administration that were having issue with guns, that, right to bear arms. So I guess there were some suits that were filed with alleged people, and he's clearing up that matter with this executive order to protect Americans' the right to bear arms. So I hope you all enjoyed that. Have a good day.